Hello guys, my name is Rizky from videography, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get YouTube monetizations 2 months after you started your channel. Well, I know really well that if I put 1 month in the video, it will be a lot more catchy. But sadly, I didn't manage to get monetized in 1 month. But getting monetized in 2 months is actually something that I have recently achieved on my horror channel called the Festival series. I'm not going to put a direct link for that channel because the fact that the content of the channel may be a little bit extreme to some, but I'm going to share my experience on launching the channel, and I do believe that a lot of things that I've learned through that process can be actually applied to other channels as well. So of course, for many of us who has passion in creating videos, making money from YouTube is probably like a dream come true and probably one of the items in our bucket list. But of course, we all know that making money from YouTube is actually really hard. It is actually a full-time job on its own, and even for the content creators who've been doing it for years, they are still struggling to maintain the channel. But I do believe it's actually a really good experience. I actually have a couple of tips on starting a YouTube channel on another video that you can actually check out in this channel as well. But if you have decided to start a YouTube channel and you want to get monetized as fast as possible, here are a couple of things that you can actually do in order for you to get monetizations fast. At this point of recording the video, YouTube has these requirements, but the two of them are pretty much a formality purpose, so you can ignore it. So these are the two requirements that we need to concentrate on. The first thing is 1,000 subscribers, and another thing is the 4,000 watch hours. Yes, these are actually not an easy requirements to hit, but at the same time, I do believe that this is actually something that is necessary, because the fact that if YouTube don't actually put this kind of requirements, everyone can just monetize their channel. So the small portions of pie that actually being paid for by the advertisers need to be split to too many people, and therefore nobody can actually make decent money from YouTube anymore. So I do believe that having these requirements is actually a good thing. The first tip that I want to mention is to pick a really niche subject. You need to concentrate in one topic, and YouTube will be able to know which kind of a target audience that they need to promote your videos to. This current channel that you are watching now, it's actually pretty messy, so therefore you can actually see the growth of this channel is actually pretty bad. But I still need to maintain this channel because the fact that this is the channel that I actually send to my corporate clients, and I do have a lot of tips for my corporate clients. I actually run a video production company, so this is actually the channel that I actually show to my corporate clients if they have certain questions in video productions. But on my new horror channel, I actually concentrate on one specific sub-genre of horror that you can actually find out on that particular channel. So therefore, if you are starting up a YouTube channel, just concentrate on one very niche topic. Ideally, of course, this topic will be something that you are familiar with, and of course something that you are passionate about, because you need to be able to produce a lot of this content next. On the flip side of the coin, this is something that you shouldn't do, whereby you are trying to capture a topic that is too broad. So an example, let's say if you look at this particular channel, the topic is actually too broad, which is video productions. When I started this channel, I didn't know about this. So therefore, I just make it as general as possible and slowly dive down. But I should have been very focused on my niche. So an example, if you look at my current channel nowadays, the focus of this channel is actually to help fellow creatives to actually pursue the passion and make an income out of the passion. The next tip is that prepare a lot of content before you launch your channel. You need to make your channel as if like Netflix or Disney Plus, whereby you go into the website and you see a lot of content inside it, so therefore your subscribers will have options to watch. If you only have 1, 2 or 3 videos, they will just probably watch the 3 videos and they won't even bother to subscribe to your channel. So my advice here is actually to create a lot of content first before you even launch your channel. In my horror channel, I have already created more than 20 content before I actually launched the channel, and therefore when I launch the channel, I do have many contents. I can launch multiple contents right away while keeping some contents for later uploads. So once I see people start to subscribe, then I will start to plan a timeline for me to launch the additional content that I need to upload. Next, once you get your first, say, 100 subscribers, you need to be able to be consistent. If your audience realize that you are not as active as they want it to be, you will tend to lose subscribers. So therefore, you need to find a way so that you can actually make videos consistently. So of course, this is something that is really hard. Ideally, you need to be able to produce at least one video a week. I always have this kind of a belief whereby you need to be able to do 4 videos a month plus one major video every 6 months. So therefore, you have 4 videos that your subscribers can actually watch every single week, but at the same time create something really big that your subscribers can actually looking forward to. And just a couple of tips on how to consistently create videos is the fact that you need to design your workflow pretty well. In my case, of course, I do have this set up in my tiny office. Once a week, I will actually create videos for my 3 YouTube channels, and I just dedicate that particular day to actually spend the time to make YouTube content. Once you've designed the workflow, you just need to repeat the process again and again, and at the same time try to refine the process further. And next is to be active on other channels. And this is what I meant. If you have a certain niche in mind, you should probably try to follow all the other YouTube channels that have similar content or similar target niche market as yourself, and make comments on those channels and interact with people within those bigger channels. Don't spam all the channels with like, please check out my channel, please check out my channel, please check out my channel. I think that is pretty annoying, and that is actually one way not to get a subscriber. But if you actually contribute something to the discussions and people are curious who you are, they will actually click on your channel. And if you have content that this person may like, they will actually subscribe to your channel. Next thing, and this is actually something that is really hard, find a fan or 2. On my horror channel, I was really fortunate that I have made a couple of nice viewers who are supporting the channel. They share the video around, and they actually commenting on the videos, share the video around on the different platforms and so on and so forth. So these are something that you can hope, but I do believe this is something that you can't exactly control unless you're paying for promotion service or marketing service from agencies or whatsoever. But if you are lucky enough to have some fans and viewers who are actually supporting your YouTube channel, I think this will help your channel to grow faster. Another tips that I would like to mention is to have variations. When you're starting to build content for your YouTube channel, just make sure you give it a little bit of a variations. If you look at my horror channel, I actually divided into 3 contents: our original short movie, slideshow audiobook, and compilations of scenes. I do believe running a YouTube channel is kind of like running a tiny TV stations. So in fact, if you look at a lot of things that TV stations does, a lot of those can actually be applied to YouTube. Well, we all seen the advertisements, an example, sponsored content. We also seen like a different variations of shows and so on and so forth. Next important thing, in order for you to grow your channel really fast, is that you need a signature content. You need one very popular content in your channel in order for you to grow your channel really fast. One of the channels that I actually followed is called Spectre Sound Studio. People who are in the music recording kind of niche probably have heard about the channel. I used to play music in the past. I have a bit of passions in music productions. In that particular channel, he has a really popular content called Stupid Musician Tags. A lot of people who actually visited the channel because of that one very popular content. For my current horror channel, I had one really popular content, which is our short movie called Harakiri Baby, that actually creates another spin-off of the same concept and ended up becoming popular as well. So by having those popular content, that will be the first step of bringing people into your channel. Next thing, I think this is more of tips on what not to do. I do believe spamming your friends with your YouTube channel is not a great idea. YouTube algorithm is really smart nowadays. So if you do promote your videos to people who are not within your target audience, they will tend to promote it to the wrong targets. In the long run, it's actually counterproductive. You may be able to get your first 100 subscribers by spamming your friends, but your friends may not have the same target niche market as yourself, and therefore YouTube will not understand what kind of target audience that they should promote your videos to. Try to organically start the channel first, but make sure you only promote it to the right target audience. Lastly, is to enjoy the journey. And I know this is something really cliche to say, but the fact that there are a lot of things that you can actually learn by simply producing YouTube content. I'm fortunate enough that video production is actually my day job, whereby I actually produce videos for clients, and also the fact that I'm also a corporate trainer who actually teach on workshops. So I actually learn a lot of things by producing content for YouTube. If you look at this channel, I actually produce a lot of videos, and throughout the year, you can actually see progress in terms of content, in terms of delivery. I learned a lot in terms of a efficient workflow throughout the process that I actually apply a lot in my day job. Even though you may not be directly making money from YouTube, I do believe there are a lot of things that you can actually learn by simply producing consistent content on YouTube. So with that, if you are starting your first YouTube channel at this point of time, I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for watching. If you want to know what I do for a living, you can follow me on Instagram. I do daily Insta story behind the scene on my Instagram. If you want to connect with me professionally, you can follow me on my LinkedIn. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.